Suzuki's objective for the 2018 GSX250R is to catch the consideration of new and returning riders with a crisp-looking little removal sport bike. Call it unusual, call it striking, however whatever you do, don't call it a Gixxer. From the mouth of Tak Hayasaki, leader of Suzuki Motor of America, why are we coming into the market with a 250cc bicycle now? We're centered around reasonableness, and we see this bicycle as being purchased by the individuals who need an ordeal, a bicycle that will last them numerous years. Be that as it might, some may in any case be asking why Suzuki chose not to punch out the GSX250R's parallel twin to 300cc. The GSX250R may look to some extent like its bigger GSX-R cousins, yet the bicycle draws its greatest motivation from the Katana ancestry, mixing rideability with unwavering quality. This idea, Suzuki trusts, will encourage persuade new proprietors to clutch their bicycles for a more drawn-out time frame, instead of being in a hurry to supplant them. This likewise clarifies the GSX some portion of the name, as the Katana line highlighted a similar assignment. It's as yet insufficient, nonetheless, to influence me to imagine that calling the bicycle a GSX-R 250 would have been adverse, as the more unmistakable name may have brought significantly more intrigue. The tech idea out of the door, Suzuki's new GSX250R checks all the privilege confines the looks division. From the smooth, snappy bodywork down to the GSX-R 1000R enlivened front lamp and taillight, Suzuki's new little machine shouts, "I'm a sport bike." It rapidly apologizes for raising its voice at you with agreeable upright ergonomics and oversimplified controls. At the core of this infinitesimal monster is a 248cc parallel twin that Falcon looked at per users will see bears a specific closeness to Suzuki's GW250. Suzuki has since refreshed that motor, and it now includes new valves with decreased profiles, a more strong chamber divider complete that holds oil, and rollers on the rocker arms. Designers likewise included new throttle bodies that house new injectors. The greater part of that comes down to this: expanded solidness, stream, RPM roof, efficiency, and pressure, and, supposedly, bring down emanations. Suspension comes as a standard adaptive fork and a preload flexible stun. Nor are movable for pressure or bounce-back damping, which is not bad, but at the same time not enough to blow anyone's mind at this value point. New 10-topped, 17-inch wheels at both the front and back guide with post-retail tire determination, and the 31.1-inch situate tallness invites riders of shorter stature, as does the limited profile. Suzuki claims its GSX250R's 4.0-gallon tank will extend the bicycle's range to around 280 miles. Figuring it out, expect 70 miles per gallon, which is like evaluations guaranteed by producers of 300cc bicycles. The ride. San Pedro, California was the bright, and severely warm, site of our street test, which was a decent blend of city lanes clamoring with activity and streaming slope covered with wonders aimlessly. Straight away, the GSX250R felt pleasant and planted, and I was for sure inspired with the general fit and complete of the machine. The advanced dash is high differentiate, sufficiently simple to peruse, and includes a bar-type RPM measure. My 30-inch inseam was comfortable in the front portion of the two-piece saddle. In spite of the fact that this bicycle is heavier at 392 pounds than I'd expected, the controlling geometry is speedy and influenced the bicycle to feel light on its feet. The suspension is nothing to keep in touch with home about. The fairly springy fork, blended with an extremely fundamental back stun, did whatever it could to drench up the abnormalities in the street, however it was effectively overburdened under harder braking. Sufficient, yet not awesome. Braking itself is unquestionably a solid suit. In danger of seeming like a broken record, I'd get a kick out of the chance to express gratitude towards Suzuki for including a movable front brake lever, something time and again neglected in a bicycle that is implied for individuals of every kind. It's a little detail, yet I value it. The 6-speed transmission is discernibly smooth. The motor gave nice snort, and despite the fact that it may be outmaneuvered regarding by and large power, it pulled well over the RPM range and I never felt like it was battling on slopes. The verdict. In case you're searching for common sense instead of execution, the Suzuki GSX250R is a strong decision. Suzuki's thinking for not knocking removal to at least 300cc comes down to cost and common sense. Redesigning the motor took after by government affirmation that an alternate dislodging could convey financial and time punishments. Moreover, this motor size opens up the GSX250R to riders more youthful than 18 in a few states and even a couple where the rider can be under 16 with specific arrangements, for example, a 250cc or littler motor. Organization authorities focused on the utilization of tapped-style valves for simple modifications. Suzuki merchants even offer a helpful oil change kit. While the GSX250R won't win any races against its nearest twin-barrel contenders, the straight power conveyance is keeping pace with Honda's single-chamber CBR300R. At $4,499, the GSX250R is more affordable than a CB300R, a Kawasaki Ninja 300, or a Yamaha YZF-R3 while as yet offering an abnormal state of fit and complete, solace, and happiness. I comprehend Suzuki's thought behind the bicycle, however actually I'd spend more for any of alternate bicycles in this class, all of which offer more execution and still return phenomenal efficiency. The truth will surface eventually if Suzuki will in the long run come around and join the 300cc group.